More humanitarian aid is arriving in Gaza as the war threatens to widen. At least 14 more trucks with aid and supplies have arrived in Gaza. Israel is also evacuating citizens near its northern border with Lebanon because of increased fighting there.
Yeah, Israel continues to strike targets deeply inside the Gaza Strip, but insists that it's going after Hamas, not civilians. Israeli forces also massing outside Gaza in advance of an expected ground invasion. Meanwhile, a group of U.S. senators visited that region this weekend. Senator Lindsey Graham saying that the war is complex. It's not just a simple black and white issue.
I come here because I love Israel. I do not hate Palestinians. I hate Hamas. I know the difference. The goal going forward is to take from this horror and try to make this a better world.
There's also new fighting reported in the occupied West Bank and near Israel's border with Lebanon, raising fears tonight of an escalating conflict.
Here at home, a march for victims of the Hamas attack is getting underway.
And one of those victims was a San Fernando Valley resident killed in the attack on the music festival near Gaza. Carlos Aceto is there. He's live for us. He's got more on that story. Carlos?
We're Korean. Good evening. Things very animated out here in Encino for this rally where hundreds of Israeli supporters, they've gathered. You hear a lot of honking. Let me step out of the way. But again, hundreds of people, they marched down Ventura Boulevard and are now gathered here at Encino Park for a candlelight vigil for those killed in the war, and they are playing music, they are chanting. Now, one of those being remembered is Avi Sassi, a San Fernando Valley resident who was murdered by Hamas militants while attending Nova Music Festival October 7th. He was one of more than 1,000 Israelis killed during that horrific attack. More than 200 hostages are still being held by Hamas. As at this rally, you'll see faces of some of those who have been held captive and killed since the start of this war. People holding their pictures, some of them young children. So it's very personal for some of these demonstrators who have family in Israel and are concerned that the war might escalate in the Middle East and drag on for some time, resulting in even more casualties. Security out here is tight, as you can imagine. LAPD officers are on hand to keep everyone safe. People have been marching on the sidewalk. They're calling for Israel to defend itself following the surprise attack against the Jewish state.
Most of us here are Israelis. We all have family in Israel. Some of them now under fire. Some of them are serving. We have in our community here people who lost relatives already. We have people here who have people who got kidnapped. We have mixed emotions are very high, and what we are trying to do is just have a very clear message. This is not going to go without notice, and this is not just another little operation.
So emotions very high right now. The people here, they're chanting, bring them home, talking about the hostages currently being held captive there in Hamas. Now, there will be a candlelight vigil that will start at 6:30. Reporting live in Encino, Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
Carlos, thank you. Islamic leaders, they held an event in Koreatown today to welcome the community and pray for the people of Palestine suffering in Gaza. Faith leaders from the Islamic Center of Southern California hosted an open mosque day and vigil to discuss the ongoing war in the Middle East and talk about human rights from a faith-based perspective. After the discussion, the leaders, they held a vigil to remember those lives already lost.
It was very important to have a vigil where people can come and grieve together. The panel, we had a Muslim, Jew, and Christian to talk about human rights and social justice from a religious perspective.
Meanwhile, air raids continue to rain down on Gaza as aid deliveries are being trucked into the besieged region.